That intro is fucking sick, dude.
I never get tired of it. I love it.
It is.
Copyright free, baby. All right. Look at us getting a stream in.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I think everybody's, well, no, once Remy's married, then we got all the weddings out of the way.
Yep. I'm the next one. Last one.
Second weddings.
Hell yeah. Just like you're the last one to get a House of Secrets, too.
I was.
Well, Ty doesn't have one, so.
Well, he gets passed. Yeah. I think I have a fucking reprint copy I can give him.
No, he's
yeah, but I'm
he's gonna drop like $2,000 on one. That's all.
One
man.
Speak of the devil.
What up?
Man.
Don't be getting too comfortable, Matt. You're gonna be getting in here eventually. Oh, sorry. Okay. Visions 2. First initial thoughts. Ty, I already fucking know. I can already.
I'm gonna
see it.
My mom told me if I don't have anything nice to say, then not say nothing at all. So
He's the Dallas. He's the Kenobi Dallas
I am the Kenobi Dallas.
of this.
What's up, guys?
All sorts of people here tonight.
The bow.
Oh, yeah. I personally liked 2 better than 1, and it killed me to say that because Ronan is still probably my favorite episode out of all of them combined.
Oh, hands down.
But 2 as a whole, I dug the shit out of it.
Yeah. They definitely picked the right episode to start it off with Sith.
Yeah, that was
They
cool.
would have put that one at the end. But then again, our song, the very last one, I initially thought when it had started, I'm like, oh, this will probably be like one for the kids or whatever. But then as it like kind of progressed, I'm like, God, this is actually pretty sick. And that was like the common theme for me personally through every single one of those episodes. It's like, oh, I don't know about this one. And then like it, they're only like 20-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they can do
Not
that
even
much
that, I think
storytelling.
17 sometimes.
Yeah. And the fact that they can do that much storytelling in that short of an episode, like it makes me want to hold the writers for the sequels even more accountable. What we got.
They didn't have any books to go off of. Come on.
Of course not. But I digress here. All around, I enjoyed it. I think Sith, first one. Off the top of my head, I do not remember who did that one, Dallas. I know you said it yesterday.
El Giru, yeah.
Euro.
Yep.
I really dug that one. It kind of reminded me of like Across the Spider-Verse, like
Yes.
that type of animation style. I kind of got that vibes from it a little bit.
That was definitely the coolest part of the episode.
I did
for
see
sure.
a TikTok. The Sith and then his 2 little minions that he had with him were loosely based off of concept art of General Grievous.
Okay. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find it and I'll send it to you guys later. And then if I can actually get screenshots of it and put some stuff together, I'll post it on the IG page with some credit to the guy that actually found it. But yeah, he had like side-by-side images of all 3 of them. And then he showed the concept art of Grievous. And I'm like, okay, I could actually see where they got that from.
I love the bike that she had too. That was sick. Her
Yeah,
droid E2.
The droid was cool too.
Yep.
I almost started crying when he ripped that droid up. Spoiler alert, I guess to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. They're quick episodes, Matt. I mean, you could binge it in one night if you really wanted to.
He just
Okay.
made Rebels.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like,
I finished the last 5 episodes in an hour. I mean,
Yeah.
it was quick.
like an hour and a half. You should
Yeah.
be able to
I
watch
finished
it.
it this morning. I think I started at like 7:45 and was done by 9.
We were like, man, I wish I would have done something different with my day.
Yeah.
Would you rather be watching that or Bluey?
Speaking of movie, Theo's actually watching that on the TV right now.
Damn.
I love that dog, man.
Bluey's actually not bad as far
No,
as
it's not bad.
go.
How'd you guys feel about the 2 colored lightsabers she had?
That was pretty dope. We've never really
Yeah,
seen
I
something
thought that
like
was
that
cool.
before.
He made the comment about her making her own, which I think is kind of a callback to like Ahsoka turning her lightsabers white, taking the Sith ones
Yeah, she took the Inquisitors and fixed them.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a lot of complaints online that a lot of these episodes were like female-driven leads, and when I watched all those episodes, that thought never even came in my head till I was reading
Yeah,
other
same.
reviews. And I don't know why people think like that, because she was a badass, you know.
Up until you had actually just said that,
I had no
clicked in my
idea,
head.
but yeah, I just went through.
Yeah, people were
Oh,
crying and
no.
complaining about that. I'm like, who has time to stop and think about that? Like,
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just because who fucking cares?
Only one of them.
It was the Jedi and the fighter. That's probably the only one that was not
Yeah,
female-driven.
Journey to the Dark Head is episode 5, and that was the
That
only
one was definitely my favorite one. That's the one I liked the most.
With the statues
Yeah.
and how they light up and
I don't know why, but that one actually kind of made me pay attention more than the rest of them did.
Screech's Reach, that was the second one. Cartoon Saloon did that one. And now, if this was a professional show and we took it absolutely very serious, you know, these animation studios and everything that did episodes here, I'd be able to say, well, yeah, these guys worked on, you know, this and this, and be able to tell you like, oh, okay, well, I know that show, but we're not professional. So the fact that I even have all the shit here.
Cartoon Saloon. You don't know what they're famous for? They're famous for The Secret of Kells, Song of the Sea, The Breadwinner, and Wolfwalkers. Duh.
I can
Everyone
see
knows
your
that.
reflection on your glasses.
What are you talking about, dude? I knew that off the top of my head.
You're like Kim Kardashian playing poker with mirrored sunglasses right now.
I thought
Gotcha.
Screech's Reach was really good.
I like
Stars. Punk Robot. Didn't Punk Robot do one in the first one?
I think they did do one.
That was a good one. Which one was the racing one? Was that in the Stars?
No, that's I Am Your Mother.
Yo,
Oh yeah, that's right, because she called her mom embarrassing.
What'd you say about my mom?
Nothing.
everyone calls their mom embarrassing at some point in their life.
Yeah, I'm 34. My mom's still embarrassing.
That one, but it was, I don't know, each episode had a little bit of everything for everyone. I thought that one was, pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it was like the Wallace and Gromit clay animation too.
And then it had, that's kind of the vibe I got from that episode specifically, was that like Saturday morning cartoons for that one. I mean, I'm pretty sure even one of those racers had the Jetsons sound.
Oh,
car.
probably. I believe it.
Yeah, Screech's Reach. I dug that one. I think I gave that one.
That one was pretty creepy, like just as a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gave that one like an 8 out of 10. I think.
I did not.
Of course you didn't. Journey to the Dark Head. That was the one with the 2 statues.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool how it was kind of like loosely based on like the balance of the forest. You can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
In the back of my mind, I got Bendu going the whole time, talking about the balance of the forest and shit. I actually gave that one like a 9.2 out of 10. I think that one was like my second favorite from chapter 2.
So the first one is your favorite then?
Sith, and then Spy Dancer was up there.
That was a pretty dope.
Spy Dancer is my favorite.
I thought it was pretty cool to see like stormtroopers like when they're not on patrol or whatever, and they go to like
the fat stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I liked
I
that
thought-
animation style too.
I did not expect the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist at the end there, where the Imperial officer, was the son that she had lost.
Yeah,
It'd be cool to see more of a follow-up story with that one. Like you can keep going with that.
Wasn't he was a not necessarily a Sith, but he was a Force user, right? Like
The son?
Yeah. Didn't he have like a lightsaber thing?
He had a cane.
He had an electric cane.
Oh, an electric cane. Okay. I thought it was like a lightsaber cane.
Somehow Palpatine is returned in visions. The other ones. Spy Dancer. The Bandits of the Golak. The train one.
With the little
that was good.
Jedi girl.
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, that was.
I think back to that episode where it started on a train and then where it ended. And, it's only 18 to 20 minutes long. And it's like, again, how do they tell this much of a story? You get beginning, a middle, and an end, all within that short.
I also like the little nod to the Mandalorian in that one. She said, "This is the way," right, and then open the hatch for him to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool, I thought.
Great question.
Maybe. I mean, I doubt it.
I think they're
it's
just
just
giving some different artists a shot at doing something cool.
Some of these
with
smaller
Star Wars.
studios can put out, something that's 20 minutes easier than they can an hour and a half.
Because there is like no feasible way like these would work in, especially the first season when the lightsaber cuts the Star Destroyer in half. Like there's no feasible way something like that could happen in actual Star Wars.
Hey,
but I guess you never know.
I think there's something beautiful about like these short stories like that. One of my favorite shows on Netflix is Love, Death, and Robots, and that's all that is, different animation styles and short stories.
Well, I did finally give that a chance. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
What I would like to see from Star Wars is doing this kind of stuff, but make it canon. Give like that we don't need a full series of this character that everyone kind of likes, but we don't know anything about him. Just give him a 20-minute episode.
Well, they could go in and fill in all the stuff with like a younger Luke, a younger Leia, and do it in an animated style like that, and not have to worry about using CGI to DH somebody. We'd love that.
These
What Ifs is great. The Disney What Ifs on Disney is a beautiful.
They did that with Marvel, didn't they?
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
It's dope.
Well, some of these stories that they've done within the 2 seasons of Visions are based still in the normal like canon Star Wars universe. Because of the embarrassing mom that they were at the Wedge at Tilly's school.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was Wedge, right?
Yeah, and then in the first season, the Tatooine Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever, the band, they were playing for Jabba the Hutt in the pod racing circuit. Like that's where they were.
They're basing it off of canon, but they're not canon.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Like these characters don't necessarily matter. And I think in another one they mentioned, in one of these episodes this season, they mentioned one of the old Jedis from the past.
I know which one, you'd enjoy the shit out of this, Remy. Like, why not take some of these legend stories, like get Timothy's on and go do it in an animated style. You know how many fans you'd appease if you took legend stories and just made them into animated shorts or anything like that.
Well,
it would kill.
They're finally.
They'd have to pay those legends writers though. They don't want to do that.
They obviously don't pay them much. I mean, the books are $7 a pop. You know what I mean? So they've been
they're already
30 years, 40 years now.
They're already paying off probably Timothy Zahn because they've done Thrawn and Rebels, and now they're actually bringing him into live action. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's mostly the same 10 writers, from what I can see, that did most of these books.
Yeah.
So I guess with Visions, I would say like when I started watching every episode except for a few of them, I'm like, this is fucking dumb. And then like the one with where they had no drinking water. I can't remember what that one is called. The sisters.
Yeah, the stars.
Yeah, I was like, man, this chick's annoying. Like they're both annoying. And then at the end of it, I was like, okay, that was pretty cool.
But you're okay with the 5-year-old Princess Leia doing parkour through the jungle, escaping from what's his name?
Listen, I'd rather watch Power Ranger bikes. Dallas.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Yeah. Freaking Book of Boba Fett.
Two last 2 episodes, The Pit, and then Our Song. The Pit, I really enjoyed how like ruthless they made the Empire look in that one.
That was not for kids, for sure.
They took that guy and they threw him back in there.
Yeah.
I need to watch those 2 episodes. I need to watch 8 and 9. I did not finish. You can talk about it. It's not ruining anything.
I know. I thought it was cool though, how they're making him dig for Kybers and stuff like that. And then I always like it when they make the Empire just like that much more fearsome and that much more scary.
They showed how much of a stranglehold the Empire had on the whole galaxy.
It was very
pretty
sad.
much.
Pit was a vibe killer for sure.
I did like at the end of that one when all the citizens, pretty much rescued everyone in the pit. Spoiler alert, Remy. Sorry.
Damn.
And then our song. I thought visually it was a really. It reminded me of like Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
kind of style like that. And then I thought I would hate that episode, and I ended up really, really liking it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was it was a unique take on like purifying the Kyber crystals and stuff, but I thought how they kind of tied it all together. I thought it was very well written and very well put together.
I wonder if they have to come up with a story before they put it into art form and send that in and have it approved. You know what I mean?
You know damn well all that has to get
Oh, yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy's reading it. She's like, nope, dumb, nope.
Probably.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like these smaller studios can story tell better than these guys who get $500 million budgets to make a shitty sequel movie.
That's
Like shit.
It's been like that for years. Think about all the books that we've been reading. You know, those were just people that had the creative freedom to do whatever they wanted in the Star Wars universe. That's why those books are so great.
Do you think it's because they're Star Wars fans? And
Yes,
they actually,
100%.
they actually know what the fuck they're talking about?
100%.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure these people,
Live, breathe, and sleep Star Wars just like we do.
yeah, the ones that wrote those books, for sure.
I could not do this, so
We got to get an episode on season 3 of Visions. We can do it. Put our brains together. Draw it up.
Maybe a story. I don't know
Would-
how the hell we'd do our own animation. Maybe shadow puppets or something.
Oh,
Puppets.
So what we'll do, Scully, is we'll take my kids and your kids, and they'll run the mouths of the puppets and read the words for us.
Hell yeah.
We get the cute factor down. As far as execution goes, I don't know.
Live action of us brabbing them with goldfish snacks to keep them
Yeah.
in character.
Yeah, we need to be sponsored by Goldfish around here. It's embarrassing how much we go through, but it is what it is, man.
We're that way with ramen. With our 11-year-old.
We call it soup in our house.
Soup. Okay.
They don't call it ramen, they call it soup.
I can dig it.
What flavor of ramen does he like, Remy?
Chicken. Just normal chicken.
It's the best one.
All right,
No.
Matt, where you at?
Pork is the best one.
Come through.
Shrimp might be up there too, though.
I haven't tried that one yet.
There you go.
There you go. We'll recruit Matt for it. I suppose we could do, before I forget. Boom. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta pull it up on the screen.
Dude, is Kevin Bacon my fucking brother?
Yep, it sure is.
What a douchebag.
All right.
Sorry, just kidding.
I asked the same thing. I go, who the fuck is Kevin Bacon?
Everybody who entered, appreciate you.
It's the real Kevin Bacon.
That's what I was saying.
I was not typing all
Yeah.
that out. I'm just gonna sit here and click on it. a couple
Remy's name
times.
pops up. It's rigged.
Do what?
Remy's name.
If my name ain't on there, I
No
said I
space.
wasn't entering this one.
Oh, so close, Conker. Congratulations.
Good job, Chris.
I'll hit him up afterwards. Look at us. 2 giveaways.
Next one, we're giving away all those helmets back there in Remy's thing. So
Hell yeah.
make
Appreciate
sure
you.
make sure you
donating,
like and
Remy.
follow for that one.
No.
I think Andy would thank us for that one.
No, she'd be pissed because then they'd just be. I spent all the money and they were just
Fine,
giving
giving
away.
shoes. Gosh.
You got to be size 10. So enter it on in. There's a lot of Nikes up there. There's like 15 pairs of
It's a
Nikes.
fuckload of shoes, dude.
That ain't even all of them.
So Remy, are you on the last part of the Thrawn trilogy?
I just finished chapter 1, which is an hour long. One chapter. is
Do
an
you,
hour
you guys,
long.
you guys want to cheat sheet? Do you want to make it this easy?
Read the
on you?
comics.
Read the comics.
Yeah.
I've read all three of them. I read all of them before, all three series, all three of them before I started the books, and they
Come on, John.
follow
What's up, John?
pretty closely to the books.
All right. I mean, I've already read through those on Marvel Unlimited, so
Yeah, be a good cheat sheet for Ty.
all right.
That is true. I'm having a good time reading it. Like it's getting me on a good schedule. I'm sleeping better because I'm doing it right before bed. So
Yeah, same. Oh,
Lucas is not a fan. He does not like reading.
Something's happening behind me right now. I have no idea. I'm either gonna die or
the green screen just comes crashing down.
I don't know what's going on back there.
Hunter's just gonna hand you a baby.
He better be sleeping. If not, then we're all doomed. All right, so I'll probably have Ahsoka finished up.
I'm halfway through
Realistically,
Ahsoka, I
I
think.
get done tomorrow and then start the Thrawn trilogy. I'd like to have that done before Ahsoka. That's the goal.
Shit. You can do it. They're 15-hour books.
Hell
If
yeah.
you're
I'm just-
doing it on Audible.
I'm gonna take 2 days off work.
15 hours each one.
You got this guy coming in looking all professional.
Jeez.
It is fucking
What's up?
we got a professional among us now.
No, I don't, Dallas looks like a professional.
He does. He does.
You like that little
Yeah.
purple? You switch a color up for you?
All that good lighting. Man.
All right, Matt. What do you got for us?
Oh, I don't know.
You got a sideshow? Where's Boba Fett at? Go get that Swamp Thing
I-
statue real quick.
Hang on. Right there.
Yeah, I can't
Boba
see.
Fett is back here.
You're gonna have to go get it.
I'm not getting that down.
Can you get
No
us?
way.
Can you show us the Swamp Thing real quick?
No, I cannot.
The timeline list. Is that the deals in the front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it starts with like Dawn of the Jedi, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one. And that was originally my plan before we even started talking about Legends, was start there and just go in order.
Ty's ready to drop off. Look at him.
And do all that. Well, how many Legends books are there? What is there? There's only like 40, 45, 40.
Bro, what the shit?
Ty didn't read this much in high school, bro.
I had to. We had the accelerated reader program, dog. I
Oh,
had
yeah.
to read.
Dang.
I'm gonna count real quick.
It's
Hold
a
on.
memory I forgot about, the AR program. 100-ish.
Okay, yeah, I knew John was gonna know.
Oh,
John said-
man.
I sent you that picture John sent me of all of his fucking books,
Yeah.
and I
Listen,
thought I had a
kids
lot.
Just started baseball and softball, and we are literally at the McKenzie County Athletic Park 4 out of 5 days of the week. It's fucking annoying.
Hell yeah.
See, I'm probably not gonna read anything before like the Star Wars Phantom Menace, except for like the Darth Maul books.
Ooh.
I don't care that much
Darth
about the
Bane.
Old
That was,
Republic.
that was the whole reason I got into Legends. I wanted
Well,
to
that's
learn
not
about
true.
Darth Bane.
I'm gonna read the Red Harvest book, and that takes place 3,650 years before Star Wars: A New Hope.
I'm just gonna watch the fan made videos on YouTube of all this stuff.
It's a good idea.
Crucible, which was the last Legends book. It's actually a good piece of information to know.
Holy crap!
John is Star
John
Wars
is,
Legends.
yeah, fuck. He put us to shame. So, what are the? I'll just ask John, since you're here. There's the Thrawn trilogy, the original Thrawn trilogy, that's heired to the Empire. Then
Go ahead, Remy.
then there's the Hand of Thrawn duology, which is just 2 books. What's the other? There's 2 other Thrawn trilogies, but when do those take place? Would those be during the prequel series, John?
Oh, okay. Let's say you're talking to him.
Oh, I'm 100%
Clue.
100% talking to John.
What's that Maul book you just picked up?
I picked up Darth Maul Shadow Hunter,
Shadowhunter's good.
That's the
and
one John just commented about.
and Mall Lockdown. Both of those take place 33 years before A New Hope. Those are both technically before before you see Darth Maul in the Phantom Menace.
Shadowhunter is on the audiobook on Apple Books, anyways. Is
like a corkscrew.
Jesus? Let me just click on it and play it real quick. The guy is voiced. What's the guy's name? Sam.
Sam Ritter.
That's
Ritter, Rather. He does the voice of
Yeah,
Maul, and also
the Clone Series.
he's Star Killer.
Yeah, he has killer voice. He does Palpatine a couple times in that book, and he nails that voice too.
He did Palpatine in the animated series.
Absolutely.
Can I jump
I
in
think
live?
that link is in the Discord. Yeah,
Can I jump?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! Jump in live. Like,
absolutely not.
Shit, we're big time.
Wait, okay,
more people
so
coming in. That's awesome.
Who's
Maul's
he?
voice actor also did Star Killer, like video game Star Killer.
He in Star Wars Unleashed or whatever.
Force
Yeah.
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
I did not know that.
That well, it even looks like him. It's modeled after him.
Oh God,
I'm gonna have to play that game again. I wonder if I can get it on the Steam library.
it
or something.
is on backwards compatibility on Xbox, I believe.
Is it okay?
You have a
Oh,
PS5?
Yes, I do.
I think
Tito
it's
has a
loaded on
PS5.
the Sony version of Game Pass, basically.
Okay.
Nice.
Dude, have you guys seen? Speaking like a little sidetrack. Have you seen the like? There's not really leaks. They're just people speculating. But supposedly we're getting like a MMO of Star Wars. It's kind of like Battlefront, but it's not made by EA.
I've heard of March 2024 release, which isn't Xbox Day coming up here, June 11th or some shit.
Yeah.
Did you see the leaks that they're gonna on that list of games that they're supposedly?
Okay, if it's the one that has New Vegas 2 on it, that one's fake.
Oh damn! Don't tell me that. I'm crushed.
I looked into it and I heard that it was fake.
Damn.
Somebody made it for clout and posted it on Reddit.
Damn.
So
But
they're not making a Fallout New Vegas now. A new one.
two,
They're not making it.
I don't think so. If it's the list that I don't remember if I sent it to Utah. I know I sent it to Nosh, but
I think I remember seeing something
it
about.
had like an X or some shit through it.
Yeah.
And, somebody had made it up.
Damn.
But
John, I'm gonna send you the link on IG.
Whoever made that list, I hope you step on all the Legos at night.
Yeah.
You
I didn't.
dick.
I mean, nothing good has really come out. I mean, post pandemic.
Oh damn it! Wrong link, John.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude. Jedi Survivor.
okay.
Badass.
I mean,
Jedi Survivor was mid.
I haven't.
I'm gonna
played it.
fight you.
Haven't even finished the first one.
The first one was so much better. This one they try to hype it up like, oh, it's gonna be open world. You can explore. Yeah, there's one planet that sucks. That's open world.
You're talking where the cantina is and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trash.
It's not.
I thought it was
open
gonna be a
world. Come on,
Coruscant,
man.
like running around Coruscant, like
Yeah.
just chopping it up, but nope.
No.
Oh, that one looked cool. Star Wars 1313 or something.
I want to go and play that Obi-Wan Kenobi game that was on the OG Xbox.
Oh yeah.
I want to know what
Okay.
that's all about.
You gotta admit the fighting and stuff in there is pretty cool compared to the first one.
Sure. It's definitely a tough game too. You can make it where it feels like
Bro, I play that
Souls.
shit on story mode because I get my ass kicked all the time on it.
And I think it might be even one game of the year if it wasn't for Zelda that just came out.
John, I sent it to you. I sent you the right one on IG.
That I know absolutely nothing about Zelda. I played Breath of the Wild for maybe 5 minutes as my first Zelda experience. It's not for me. I have nothing against the franchise or anything, but after seeing all this shit on TikTok with the creativity of people building all this stuff, that game is unhinged and they gave people way too much freedom.
It's wild. I love
And
it.
I honestly think it might be one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. Am I still gonna play it? Probably not. But I enjoyed watching from a distance. I'm sorry, Dallas. I'll play it eventually.
Just play Rocket League with me and Matt. We've been playing like every night for weeks now.
Yeah.
Can't. You got ranked in Fortnite out right now.
Yeah, you don't even play with us. We get on that. And you're like,
It's duos.
need to play
I'm
it
sorry.
on
If they had ranked
that.
squads, we could
Go
do
on
that.
Fortnite.
Dude, I don't even play any like battle royales anymore. It's just Rust is all I've been playing.
Boo.
I haven't played a video game in like months.
Not with that attitude.
Because you're living in one, buddy. One big video game.
Hell yeah.
Matt, have you bought anything cool recently? What's the last thing you bought?
Probably that Boba Fett. I didn't technically buy it. Well, I kind of did. It came from my bank account, but it was a gift from my wife.
Oh yeah.
But
A gift you bought yourself. That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a married life.
Did you open it
All
yet?
the TikToks.
I did open it. I haven't like done a video on it or anything yet. I've not really messed with it. I like legit just took it out of the box.
I love the way they did the armor. It looks so good just from the box, the pictures I've seen.
You had basically two of the same figure. Like you could get the repaint or you could get the before it gets repainted. And I went with the battle damage. I think
Yeah.
it's way better.
Yeah.
Is it a figure or is it a statue?
It's a figure. It's a hot toy. So it's a 6 scale, about 12 inches long. They're nice. It's not something you can leave in the box though, Scully.
Who words
Take it out.
who
Maybe.
words that is 12 inches long? It's not 12 inches tall. You're the
No.
only one I've ever
You
heard.
hold it like this.
You're the
I mean,
only
yeah, if
one,
it's-
you're
if
the
it
only
falls
one I've
over,
ever heard
12
go,
inches
it's
long.
12 inches long.
Yeah.
You just lay all your hot toys
Let's
down.
I mean,
just
laying on the
your shit
desk,
on the table, Remy.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, you just anticipate that they're gonna fall over.
Fair enough.
That's true, dude. I don't have a hot toy, so I just got the statues.
Well, protect your bank account. Don't get involved in it.
I just sold my car finally.
Hell yeah.
Why like 6 hot toys?
I got $1,000. I can get what, one, maybe 2 hot
Yeah,
toys.
you get like 3 or 4.
Oh no, I'm throwing that
Probably
shit in the
4.
bank.
You get like 4 troopers.
I could
I
also
bought that.
I could get a bunch more helmets.
That's true.
I bought that giant Vader pop, that 18-inch tall one.
Yeah.
That's you could kill somebody with that thing if you threw it at them. It's hefty.
The thing
Nice.
is,
The biggest pop I got's the Lucario. It's like
It's up above me right here. Yeah.
it's like that big.
Yeah, the biggest thing you put above you.
yeah, I was gonna
Just
say,
in
have you
case
ever
it
been
falls.
laying there and
Yep.
something just falls off on you?
Me?
Yeah.
I had the stormtrooper helmet you gave me. Theo didn't put it back in the shelf after he was fucking around with it, and
Oh
it
god.
fell on it and almost hit my head. But
Ah,
other than that, no. Those
That
shells
was
are pretty.
planned.
Come on, man.
That was a planned
Th-
attempt.
those shells are sturdy. I put
Yeah.
them up myself. They're safe.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the shelf falling off. I'm talking about something falling off the shelf onto you.
I have a lot of shit on those shells, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying something's gonna fall off and kill you.
This is the
Wow.
way.
this is the way.
This is how you die. The Star
That's
Wars
from
helmet
above.
crashes on your head.
Can we at least do it on a podcast so we get some views?
Hell yeah.
Might land perfect.
Yeah, it might just land on your head like normal.
Given this,
That'll make me go viral on TikTok, so I can actually get people to buy my shit.
John, where are you?
Scully, I finally finished Rebels.
Oh,
Did you
what'd
cry?
think?
I loved it.
What about
good.
the cannon? What about the cannon part? Were you cutting onions?
Come on.
What was it?
Come on.
The
did you
cannon
cry?
part?
Oh yeah.
Were you
I,
cutting
I
onions?
Come
told
on.
I told Dallas that like Kanan probably is my favorite Jedi. After watching that,
Yeah,
Is
but
it or is?
he wasn't that good of a Jedi because like Grogu was stronger than him. You know, when you think
But-
about it, like
yeah, but Grogu has like nothing wise
John,
to
I'll
tell
send you the
anyone.
link on. I can send
Grogu
it
can't
to you
even
on
form audible
Discord
sentences.
Yeah,
yeah, but like he can protect himself and others from a blast of
It-
fire. You know, so
yeah. But I mean, Grogu's cool and all, but it's not necessarily the power; it's the wisdom that comes with Kanan.
well, Grogu's mastered being protected by
Wait.
Kathleen Kennedy. So you know,
That's
he's
true. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think from probably like season 2 when they knight Kanan, it got good. And then is it at the end of season 2 when he gets blinded, it got way better.
you're on Bad Batch now, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm
You watched
restarting.
Bad Batch yet?
I watched like 8 or 9 episodes and I fell off.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna finish it though. So I'm invested now. I'm ready to go.
Rebels is probably my favorite series that they've made.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, by far for me.
yeah, that's why I like that. That actually like started my Bo-Katan love affair thing because she's a badass in that.
Oh,
one, too.
you're one of the 2%.
What?
Oh, he doesn't know.
You don't know?
You don't know.
I didn't know about that until Conquer filled me in.
She was in an interview and she says like 90% of the people hate her as Bo-Katan.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
8% like her, and the 2% just want her to sit on their face.
I am in the 2%.
That's awesome.
I'm telling on all of you. Just kidding. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I waited so long to watch that.
I'm in the same boat. I didn't really watch it till a couple months ago.
And I like Chopper a lot too.
Yeah.
Chopper,
I like him.
Old motherfucker.
He holds
Scully
he holds the
posted
record.
that- yeah, he posted has the most confirmed kills in all of Star Wars.
He's an agent of chaos.
Dude, that fucking droid has made me laugh more than any Star Wars character ever. I think.
He is the best droid, I think.
Yeah.
I like him the best.
The episode where where he's trying to steal his leg,
Yeah.
amazing.
Or when he's fighting doesn't he fight another
Chopper droid, yeah.
chopper droid or whatever?
He the episode where they paint him. Well, actually, they did it a couple times, but anytime that they ever paint him and he has to go into some Empire base,
Yes.
or something, is
Mhm.
always good. Or anytime he ever gets paired up with Zeb.
Yeah, Zeb hates him.
The whole cast of Rebels itself was actually the whole Ghost or Spectre crew was actually a pretty cool crew to watch throughout the whole show.
No, for sure.
And they nailed Zeb's live action at the end of.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. He looked so good. And it's still
Yeah.
voiced by Steve Blum. Or
Do
Blum or whatever.
You guys think we're gonna get another Ahsoka trailer here soon?
I think we did
Release
today,
date?
didn't we?
I think we're gonna get a release
What?
date.
Did we get one today? Really?
I thought there was one today or yesterday, unless it's fan made. But
I thought they released some new images, but I didn't think a new trailer dropped.
Tell you what, if we were a professional channel,
The new trailer, well, it might not be accurate, but it said it dropped 13 days ago.
Yeah, new trailer
it's not.
13
Maybe
days
I watched
ago.
a fan made or something.
Okay, you watched a fan made one probably that says Star Wars Ahsoka series trailer 2 likely going to feature a Darth Vader moment.
I can call that.
That's
Obviously.
This one I'm looking at looks like it's all fan made.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the new trailer from Darth Trailer.
Yep, that's the one
Uh,
I was about to click on.
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe fan made.
Rest in peace to Ray Stevenson too.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I was thinking, just selfishly, I guess, wonder if they had in plans if he was a one and done this season, or if they were gonna build on his character.
I'm very intrigued by his character coming into this show.
Oh, him and the girl.
And the other one, the female one.
Shen, I think her name is Shen.
Yeah, because she said recently that she hopes that the Star Wars fan base receives her character well, I think is how she put it, or her take on the character. I know her character is not somebody, it's an original character, but I don't know if it's going to be Horsey's or what.
A lot of people were saying that Stevenson's character was based off of
There we go. Look at those belts in the background too.
Karn Sabayoth or whatever, the guy from
Joris.
Joris Sabayoth.
I saw I think it was Star Wars Theory was talking about the two new characters and
Dude,
how they
that guy
weren't.
gets buried so much.
I know
It's
it-
insane.
they were talking about the color of the lightsabers, and I don't remember if he was saying that they're not really Siths
Right.
or if
They're just
Dark
fallen. They're fallen Jedi or whatever.
because
Dark
it's
Jedi.
not like a crimson red lightsaber color. It's almost
Yes.
an orange.
It's an orange color.
Yeah. And
John
I thought
probably
that
has
was-
an answer.
Oh yeah.
For what?
The new Dark Jedis in the Ahsoka trailer.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched the Ahsoka trailer yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Oh,
John.
don't just go into it fresh.
Yeah, go into
Yeah.
yeah. Don't watch it now. At
Might
this
as
point.
well.
Comes out in August. You got this.
Like I wish I had the power to not watch trailers.
Yeah.
Same.
I would have to get rid of Instagram probably if I wanted to do something like that.
Instagram and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't have TikTok, so that
social
works.
media.
All right, John, what's the greatest Legends book out of all of them? Every single one. What's the best one?
Just the single book, not even storyline.
Oh, okay. For
Yeah.
me, it's
Yeah.
I Jedi. It's
Okay.
Cornhorn's story that is taking place in a first-person perspective, which is the first time that happened in a Star Wars book. I think it's the only time,
My curiosity is piqued.
and it takes place concurrent with the Jedi Academy series, which was when Luke restarted the Jedi Order. He brings in I think it's 12 Jedi to Yavin 4 to start the Jedi Praxum, is what it was called, and Corn is there under a disguise,
What's up, Alex?
and then he takes his grandfather's name, who was a Jedi, and he takes his last name and is there under disguise because he's already part of Rogue Squadron at the time. And then as that series goes, it's a trilogy. I think during the second book in the trilogy, I Jedi starts concurrently, and it's his perspective of it, and then it's him right after that where he officially becomes a Jedi Knight.
Damn.
And what character? Like, is this a new character for that? It was not anybody. That was...
He was started in the Rogue Squadron. 9 books in Rogue Squadron.
The X-wing books.
Yes,
Okay.
the X-wing books, and it starts with I think it's the first 5 are Rogue Squadron based, and the last 4 are Wraith Squadron, which was a special forces X-wing squadron. And then right after that is when Jedi Academy starts.
Okay.
This is his lightsaber.
Oh,
Damn.
handy right there.
Jeez, that's badass.
It's a speeder bike handle,
No
which he
shit.
converted into a lightsaber.
That's tight.
That is cool.
Hey, question for you. I could Google it, but I'm just lazy. What book does Chewbacca die in saving
Dang, spoiler
Vector
alert.
Prime.
Vector Prime? Okay, that's the book I was gonna buy. I was looking for that one. I need to buy that one.
That's the first in the Yuuzhan Vong.
Was it
War.
Anakin that he saves? Is that
Yep.
the okay?
It's
I don't know if I
Crazy.
read that one.
crazy storyline. It's a 25 book storyline.
Ty,
Oh,
we're reading that next.
Damn.
Man.
I have
The Thrawn trilogy was
and
bad.
I have Dark Tide 1 and 2
Which is
of
like
that. Of
which
that
is like
so far.
book 10 or so of that.
No shit.
Yeah. It's 9 and 10 Dark Side 1 and 2.
God
You
damn.
I just love those all the Legends books because they're just so affordable. You know, you can buy a couple of them and you feel like
Yeah,
you
they're-
didn't break the bank.
$8 a piece, $9.
I got really lucky because I really started getting deep into it when I was in high school. So
Yeah.
I would just take a book with me every day to school, and I would once a week I would just finish one off while I
Nice.
was in classes and stuff.
I
And
should have did that.
by the time I hit senior year, I was I started senior year with Vector Prime, and then by the end of senior year, I had finished the series.
Ty, did you hear that? We're reading
What's
a
that?
25 book series next. So
Yeah, correction. You're reading the 25 book series next.
It was very decisive. Even I got into it right when it ended, but even then, the Star Wars community was super torn on the entire thing, and I liked it. I liked it very, very much, but I understood why people didn't. And then right after that was Legacy of the Force, which I really loved.
Goddamn Star Wars community's been torn for about 50 years now.
Hey.
Yeah.
The worst fans are Star Wars fans.
You had Yuuzhan Vong, the Yuuzhan Vong War, then you had the Dark Nest Crisis, and then you had Legacy of the Force. and then right after that, it like went Millennium Falcon, and then Crucible, and then it ended.
It does, in fact, say Crucible is the last one, guys. Just
Yeah.
he's not wrong.
What is
I'm trying to follow
What is
along with
Crucible?
what he's saying.
like quick little synopsis on Crucible?
I didn't read it. That was the
Okay.
the one that I didn't get to when I kind of like fell off of it, because it was honestly demoralizing. It was like
okay.
I had like 140-ish Star Wars books, and then it's like, oh well, that's over, and we're kind of resetting the universe, and like some of it's very much, again, you guys are all comic book guys, it's very much Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's 40 years of history. It kind of counts, but not really. And then we'll see what we want to kind of do with it. And then it's like,
yeah,
That would be painful.
yeah.
when I first started going down the Legends rabbit hole, because I mean Dallas has always kind of talked about it, and I've always just kind of brushed it off just because I knew none of it was canon, and I would always feel like I'm reading something that could have been that is never going to be.
Yeah.
And
But now Disney is pulling from it, so
well, in some ways, yes, and maybe over time. I mean, obviously, everything in the Legends books can't be canon. There's so many things that conflict with what is already canon out there, and whatever. But
that's fair.
still, there's some, actually, the more I've gotten into it, there's some really good ass stories out there that I think, if Disney ain't giving us the good stories, I'm gonna go read them then. Fuck it.
There are some bad ones. There's like a 3 or 4 book chunk. It's like Remy, you have the book in front of you. It's right around like 12 ABY. It's Children of the Force,
Children of the Jedi.
Children of the Jedi, Jedi Twilight, and Darksaber.
Yeah,
Like that little area, it's rough reading.
So
it's like the writing is horrible. It's some of the books I could not finish. That's how bad the writing was.
You have your Jedi book.
Yep.
Then it goes to Children of the Jedi. Then it goes to Darksaber. Then it goes to Planet of the Twilight. Or Planet
Darksaber, like about
Planet
Darksaber,
of Twilight.
No.
Okay.
Darksaber is so what if the Hutts wanted to make a really primitive version of the Death Star?
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
Which it wasn't bad, but it was smack in between Planet and Twilight, which were horrible. And there's like this Jedi who was like in suspended animation, and Luke gets with her, and it's like their journey.
Getting with everybody.
Yeah, her name was like Callista, and it was rough reading. But the writing was horrible. The storyline had like good framework, horrible writing, and to the point where it's like the paragraphs didn't make sense from one paragraph to the next. To the point where I Jedi Twilight, I couldn't finish as a book. I was like, I'll put this to the side, and I'm just going to read the synopsis and just move on.
Question: what book would you love to see be put in like cinematic form, like whether it be something short, not like just kind of like Visions, like we were talking about, or
what would you like to see a live action of?
Yeah,
even if it's short form.
I want Jabba Death Star now. I want a salacious crumb sitting right by that button.
So you had, I think it was Zorba, which is like his great uncle, is creating a Death Star, but it's really just the laser part. It's not the entire shell of the Death Star, and it's like, so that's why they call it the Darksaber, because it's just the laser, so it looks like a lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they call it Darksaber. It's very, very bad. And then there's like in that storyline, there's a ship that is going from planet to planet, taking species off the planet like Gamorreans, and kind of brainwashing them to follow the Empire's instructions. And Luke gets caught into it, and it is very, very rough also. But if like a live action thing that they could do would be, I would say it's even prequel. It would be Mace's Shatterpoint.
Shatterpoint. I've read about half of Shatterpoint. I like, you know, you don't really ever get that feel of that ability in any of the movies that he has.
No, it's a talked about ability, and it's like, it's kind of like, did you guys play the Star Wars game Fallen Order and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the
they
echo-
have.
with the echoes, where like if you touch something, you can get a impression of it.
Oh, okay.
That comes up in the books.
It almost
is
felt like Peter Parker, like having a sixth sense, you know, too, kind of like the Spidey sense in a way.
Yes, a little bit. It's Quinlan Voss. Do you guys know who Quinlan Voss is?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Quinlan Voss has that ability where he can Shatterpoint. Great book. Where
I
Quinlan
have
Voss
not read it yet.
he could touch something and get an impression of the history of the item. And they took that and put it in the games, which for me as a Legends nerd, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And Shatterpoint's the same thing. It's his ability to see fractures in something. And he can pick something up, know its weak point, and just by giving it a little tap, it'll disintegrate pretty much. And he can do it on a metaphysical level where he can see. The book starts out with him talking about Count Dooku and the Attack of the Clones, where if he had just killed Count Dooku on Geonosis, the war wouldn't have started because Dooku was the crux of that event. He was the Shatterpoint, and it's
Okay.
him going, I made a mistake by not chopping his head off. And now the war started, and now that Shatterpoint is gone. It's too spread out now. And he then has to travel to his home planet, which is having its own civil war. One side being fed by the Confederacy, one side being fed by the Republic.
Mhm.
And he goes there undercover and kind of, it's like jungle. It's like it's almost like Vietnam War Star Wars.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That is what
And
it sounds like.
Yep.
He's right, you know.
I have so much knowledge that is like almost useless. It's like it's kind of useless, but not really.
We appreciate it.
Yes, I enjoy it.
Like there's so many little things in Legends that like crept into the new Star Wars. Luke in Last Jedi doing the thing where he kind of teleports himself to a different planet. That comes up way late in Legacy of the Force, where you learn that certain Sith had learned the ability to kind of create Force phantoms, as they called it, of themselves, where they could manifest themselves into different scenarios, and it's a perfected version of themselves. So Lamunya, who is the character that on Discord that I have as my avatar,
Okay.
she's a Vader-esque character who's cyborg, and she learns how to do this. And when she manifests herself, she's not a cyborg anymore; she's a human. And so Luke doing it in Last Jedi, he's young and he looks good.
He
He's
did.
not
He looked.
grizzled.
He looked a lot younger. His color was better.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
when he did it, he basically drained his life force. Correct? Like,
He
Yes,
pretty much overdosed on the Force.
okay.
exactly. So in the Legends novels, what they kind of say about that is it's not yourself. You anchor a being to yourself. So when you manifest a Force phantom, a person is being anchored to that phantom. So if that phantom gets struck down, this random person is just going to get chopped in half. Walking down the street, this person just gets chopped in half. It's
Oh.
a dark side ability in the novels
It's cold.
where you can manifest yourself anywhere and it anchors to a random person. And if that phantom gets killed, well, that person gets killed in the same exact way.
Some Gungan somewhere.
Even though
Yeah,
you
smited.
yourself will be fine.
You will be 100% fine, And that's kind of the dark side of it, is you're completely fine, and your sacrifice, if you get killed as a phantom, that person dies, you're 100% in the clear.
And here I am thinking Force Lightning would be the cool one to have. I want that one.
I think Captain Kennedy's probably mastered that.
Is there any Legends books on Dark Nihilus? Nihilus?
No.
Didn't think so. Knights of the Old Republic 2, right?
Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I think he appears in the comics in like Republic 63, 61, something like that. It's like his first appearance in the comics. But it was a very underutilized. Anything from that time period was kind of underutilized. You had a couple books with Revan and the Jedi Exile kind of used in like Fatal Attraction, I think the book is called.
Right.
And like
Fatal Alliance.
And it's very, very, they're not well explored time period. It was kind of used for the games, and they were kind of like, all right, we're going to give them a buffer, and we'll do Darth Bane stuff, which is like 3,000 years later, but the Knights of the Old Republic's like 4,000 BBY.
That I need to go back and play those. I want to play 2.
We got announced like 2 years ago a remake on PlayStation for Knights of the Old Republic, which if it comes out and if it does well, you'll eventually get number 2, which I'm hoping they also don't cut out any material, which they did for the release.
What the shit?
So I'm gonna.
Nihilus, he's pretty much a Galactus, isn't he?
Yes.
Doesn't he get to a point where he's basically Galactus feeding on planets?
Yeah, he ravages. One of your companions is from the planet that gets ravaged by him, where he's literally just, he doesn't even have a body anymore.
Yeah, it's like attached to his mask, right?
It's not even the mask isn't even attached to it. He's literally just an entity that is almost like invisible, and he can just absorb the life of something, and it keeps him going. But he is slowly dying as it goes, and if he doesn't feed, he will die. It's his thing. It's Galactus. It's I need to feed to survive.
Hell yeah. Bad motherfucker. Remy.
So, what is your favorite Thrawn trilogy out of like the 3 Thrawn trilogies that are out there?
Fucking 3 Thrawn trilogies?
Well,
only one I think is actual like Star Wars Legends canon.
Okay.
And then the other 2 are.
I haven't read the other 2.
Oh, fair enough.
I did not keep up. Like currently, I'm listening to the X-Wing saga on Audible, and I haven't kept up with the novelizations after they restarted for the Marvel, like their Disney stuff. Like I read the Marvel comics, but the Disney novels I did not keep up with at all.
Are you talking High Republic?
Yeah, not High Republic. The 2 Vader series and the Star Wars series.
Okay.
There's these ones too, the Aftermath series.
Jesus, Remy, how many books do you have?
Like 30.
So from what I know, those take place right after.
Yes, that's the Disney canon. Then there's a Tarkin, and then Bloodlines.
But Tarkin, I'm not sure if Tarkin is Tarkin new? The new continuity? Oh,
yeah,
it is. Okay.
It says Disney and Lucasfilms, so it's not part of the
Del Rey run.
Liar.
Well, it is Del Rey. Do it.
So that might actually be.
That might be Legends.
That might be like in that really narrow in between period.
Let's see here.
What's your favorite story or comic series from the Dark Horse, like the older Dark Horse stuff?
Like I'm actually a fan of the original like Star Wars from like the 70s and stuff, just because it's so goofy.
Yeah.
And straight. But like I've read like Sith Lords and like the original, like the Tales of the Sith stuff, and like that was like me going back way farther than you ever go. Like with Marcus Ragnus and Friedrich Nod and that era, which touches back to the KOTOR game, where like you go to the Andorian and Dachshund planets, and you see the tombs of those guys, and it's like all these like random little connections that you see.
When I was a kid, I really liked the Crimson Empire series. I had a bunch of those. I was like, yeah, these are sick.
Oh yeah,
I have 29 books, if for anyone counting at home.
there you go.
Would you like to show them to everybody?
I would not, because I got to dig them all out. Fuck that.
Like another good series, which now is not or not series, but book, it would be Death Star, which is just the day in the life of the people on the Death Star right before it blows up.
I would love to read that. That sounds awesome. Like just the dude scrubbing the toilets.
Well, one's like a
You and me
like
both,
a
buddy. You and me both.
cantina owner. Like there's a cantina on the Death Star.
Of course.
There's a squadron leader for the for the TIE fighters, and like one of the designers of the Death Star, and like all these like random little people who are like, oh, we're kind of, it's the Clerks analogy of like there's just contractors on there.
Yeah.
Are these kind of like the New Hope, Empire, and then Return of the Jedi, like from a different point of view? Like, is that what the
Kind
new
of
one
yes.
coming up? But
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Star
kind
Wars,
of-
a certain point of view.
yeah, it was kind of like the pre-notion of that, of like these are just the people who are on the station like in the weeks and months leading up to the first movie, and
Okay.
it was like just something interesting to read, and like because at the this came out in 2007.
And
That's it.
is it a? But that's a Legends book, or is it
It's a
just? It is
it's a
Legends?
Legends book, Michael Reeves and Steve Perry, and it's
Steve Perry.
from 3 BBY to the day the Death Star blows up. So
And-
like
and
right
that-
before
And what's it called? It's just called
Death Star.
Death Star. Okay, Death Star and Shadow Games, 0 to 5 years after Star
Yeah.
Wars: A New Hope. Okay.
So like there's like these weird,
Come on,
they
Remy.
do that. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Sorry, I have 29 other ones. My bad.
I just bought this one the other day, actually. I haven't read it yet.
It's very, very good, and it was that idea of the certain point of view, but just from the other side, and just sometimes just
Okay.
like a random character.
Is the Corellian trilogy any good?
Yes. So you
I've read the Han Solo trilogy, but I haven't read the Corellian yet.
So the Corellian trilogy Corellia is kind of the Texas of Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
And that's both where Wedge and Han are from.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
So-
a bunch of space rednecks.
They want to kind of be independent, but they can't. So the Corellian trilogy is kind of the story of like they kind of have a civil war, and Han Solo's cousin is kind of the instigator of it.
Ooh.
And then it loops back like 20 something years later in the canon of the legacy of the Force and the Second Corellian Civil War,
Okay.
where it's a story of like this planet wants to be independent but it can't, and there's an instigating side that's trying to force it to be, and then of course Han and Leia and two of the kids get involved, and Luke shows up, and
And
everybody's kind of distrusting of the Jedi still.
okay, and Corellia is like a very what's the word I'm looking for? Industrial planet,
Yes, it
Like-
makes
very industry driven.
it's very, very industry driven. It again, kind of Texas Detroit. Like it
Okay.
makes the mid-level ships. It doesn't make any giant capital ships.
Well, that's where Solo starts out at, right? In the
Yes,
Mhm.
Yes.
he's trying to get off that planet.
So Leia's ship in the opening of A New Hope is a Corellian Corvette.
oh, the
so it's not-
Tatooine 5 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah, the Tantive 4.
Okay.
It's not a giant ship. It's a mid-level ship.
Mid-level blockade runner.
Yeah, so like that's kind of what they're like specialized in, and then his own the YT 1300.
Yeah,
it's the Falcon. It's
Yeah.
it's a blockade. It runs a smuggler running ship, but it's not it's not a capital ship. It's not
Right.
the Imperial size, or the Mon Calamari are way more gonna make more giant ships.
Okay.
The quad drive yards are going to make the Star Destroyers. But Corellia is mid-level ships to smaller, but there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of smuggling because it was in the Republic, kind of independent, left alone, then got kind of subjugated by the Empire, forced to make stuff for them. But they resent it, so there's a lot of crime. Detroit in the 30s, blockade runners type, like.
So they were
stuff
probably
going on.
making like TIE fighters and shit.
No, they're making freighters. They're making freighters and blockade runners, but they don't want to be, and they do, but they want to do it for themselves. And once the Empire falls, it's like, oh, we can. The Empire crumbles around them. They're like, oh, we can kind of do our own thing. Oh, well, here's the New Republic. We're going to be on their side, and then they don't want to be. And half the people do, half the people don't. And that's the kind of what the trilogy's about, is Han Solo's cousins kind of prodding it to be independent when it can't.
It totally does sound like Texas.
Yeah. It's Texas, Detroit.
John,
Hmm.
where the fuck is Obi-Wan from?
So technically, by Legends canon, he's from a planet called Stewjon,
Told you.
which is this dumb thing where
Was it the George Lucas Jon Stewart interaction?
Yes.
And then we all just took that and ran with it. That's
Well-
what we're going with.
Somebody in canon, they wrote a book about it in Star Wars Legends.
Well, once like there's levels to canon, right? If you were hired by Lucasfilms and Lucas to write a comic, you get a certain level of canon. If George Lucas says something, it's canon because he's George Lucas and he owned the company. And
Right.
whatever he says goes.
That is true.
So
John's
it was like- so it was this weird thing where he made a joke comment, and then everybody kind of has to abide by it until he says it wasn't a joke anymore. And I don't think he ever did.
Okay. We'll ask John an even more important question. What the fuck is Yoda? Dude.
He's from a planet, if in my opinion, because that's something we never really get. In my opinion, he's from a planet in the unknown regions.
Isn't that where does
X all or
Isn't Thrawn from unknown regions too?
He's from the Chiss Ascendancy, which is like in the unknown regions, but it's in the unknown regions, but people know about it, so it's not technically it's the known regions of the unknown regions.
Okay.
So it's like you got the barrier.
Unknown.
You have the barrier to the unknown regions.
Okay.
So like everything down here, everybody knows about. Everything up here, no one knows about. And then you have this like little cloud where like the Chiss are from, but no one else knows anything else about everybody around the Chiss. But everybody knows that that's where the Chiss are, and they can get to the main galaxy. And I think he's from a planet in there originally that like Yoda just came into the main universe. Yaddle came into the main universe,
and they came into each other and made Grogu.
Jesus Christ.
See, where Yaddle's,
I can't wait to put that one on the internet later.
Yaddle's story is super strange, where she's a Jedi who gets captured by pirates and is held captive for like 100 years on this like asteroid. And when she finally comes out of there, she's like, oh, I've been meditating in this pit for so long that I'm now a Jedi because I've gotten clarity, because I've had 100 years of meditation. And then she escapes the pirates' asteroid, gets to Coruscant, and the Jedi are like, you are a Jedi Knight because you did it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, very strange.
Ty's hating this shit. Ty's like, God damn, get me out of
here.
here. Come on, Ty. Just read
I'm
some
just
books,
here.
buddy.
Ask John a question. We literally have.
We have the encyclopedia
we
here.
have-
dude.
yeah.
I don't
We
know.
have the best thing closest to George Lucas right now.
I don't know. I don't have much.
Come on, ask about your girl Bo-Katan. Just do something.
Like, everyone knows about Bo-Katan, dude. Like,
I don't know.
So, Mandalorians.
Hell yeah.
there we go.
They've changed over time.
Weren't they cat people?
They were what?
Weren't they like some sort of cat type of person, or like they had feline
Like Khajiit.
features?
Almost like a rocky, like a rock face.
Okay.
But like, eventually, humans and other species get to this planet of warriors, get kind of indoctrinated in it. It eventually collapses. Right, they get into a bunch of different wars. The Mandalorian Wars, right before Revan's time period, where Revan takes the Jedi on a crusade against the Mandalorians as they're trying to make their way through the universe.
Forgot about
They
that.
get
They touch on it in
broken.
Rebels, like briefly.
Yeah, they get broken apart. They become a new nomadic tribe, but they technically have a homeworld that no one cares about too much. You get to like right before the Clone Wars, and there's a civil war on Mandalore where you have Death Watch and the main
Houses.
government. But like, it's weird because Clone Wars and Rebels kind of change it where like it's not just a terrorist organization. It's like there's a moon where like they live now, and like originally I believe it was the Concord
Concord Dawn.
Dawn.
Dawn was a prison planet. It was
Yeah.
like if you were part of Death Watch, you got sent there, and that's kind of where you hung out. But it wasn't like this like other civilization. It was just kind of like a prison planet. But then the Empire come in and kind of they try to take Beskar. They can't do anything with it, which is like I think that's different now. Where like they kind of smelt Beskar, but like not really in the Empire. Where like in the Legends continuity, if anybody besides a Mandalorian tried to touch the stuff, it would be so brittle that a finger poke would make it disintegrate. It was useless unless you knew how to handle it.
Wasn't forgive me if I'm wrong. The Naboo wasn't that ship Beskar?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. It has that look, but I don't think so.
Because I thought it was, and then Captain Phasma or whatever, Phasma made her armor out of that ship. Like she smelted it down and made it into that armor. I could totally be wrong.
That might have been what they did with it now.
Yeah.
But originally it wasn't.
Okay.
Because like from what I remember, because like Legends of the Force, the books that take place 40 years after A New Hope, those books are like they go real deep into Mandalore like tradition and stuff, because you get like Boba Fett because he comes back.
Yeah.
And he comes back in the Legends book, in the comics and stuff, and in Dark Empire, and like he's around for a long time. But Bloodlines, which is one of the Legacy of the Force books, like he's a main character of that book, and you see him go back to Mandalore, he learns about his own history, going back to the planet and making friends with people, and he has his granddaughter with him, and it's a whole thing.
Did I've read it on the Star Wars Wikipedia. Him and Han, they sort of get over their spat. They realize business is business, yada yada yada. And then is it Han's daughter works as a bounty hunter with him?
No. So, how much spoilers do you want?
All of it.
I mean, I'm gonna read all these books I have plus whatever. It doesn't really
Okay.
matter.
So, what I was talking about, Bloodlines, is in that series of Legacy of the Force, Han's son turns to the dark side.
Yeah. I
Interesting
knew
enough.
that.
And his twin sister Jaina is like, I can't beat my brother. He's too strong. So I need to go train with someone who knows how to beat Jedi in not a Force lightsaber way. So she goes to Mandalore and trains under Boba Fett and a couple Mandalorians on how to take down a Jedi not using Jedi specific techniques.
Okay. Because didn't he take down? Which I don't know if it's true. Like apparently he learned from Django, but Django took down like 9 Jedi single-handedly or some shit. Granted, this is the Lucas canon.
Yeah.
So, or the
He
Disney
took down
canon.
he took down a couple. In that book you hear that he took down Jedi during the rise of the Empire for Vader. And then she's like, I can't be my brother. Luke is having a hard time keeping up with Jason at this time. And Jaina's a couple steps behind Luke still. And she's like, I need to kill my brother. He's becoming the new Darth Vader. And this guy and his people know how to take down Jedi. And my brother knows my brother and I trained together our entire lives. He did extra training that I never did. He knows everything that I can do. So I need to go out of the box and go train with the Mandalorians and fix this. And then at the same time, Jason Solo kills Boba's granddaughter, I believe.
That's what happens. Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll help you," because at this time, like, Boba's like 60-something years old.
Yeah, he's old.
His body's starting to fail on him, and
More back to tank.
But not
you can only do so much back to tank.
he starts trying to figure out, like, are there any clones left that I can harvest for parts? Are there any clones that, like me, weren't genetically modified to age quickly, that they've survived, and how can I figure this out? And he tries to find ways. He eventually finds another clone trooper whose his acceleration and aging was regressed, and he finds a way. But he's like, this guy killed my granddaughter. I can't kill him, but I can train you to kill him. And he's your brother, which will kind of fuck with Han Solo also, which is kind of a plus for me.
I think that goes with this.
Well, if we're doing recasting, it's got to be Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker. I mean,
Is he Winter Soldier?
yeah,
Okay.
he looks just like a young Mark Hamill.
It's
Yeah.
The guy that had to fill in before the CGI, he looks shockingly similar too.
He does.
For Boba Fett.
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
Book of Boba. I'm talking about the guy who set in for Luke and then they CGI
Yeah.
over his
Yeah,
face.
Agreed. Hell, if we're doing that, I'd go Daniel Logan all day, or Logan Daniel for Boba Fett.
Words coming out of my mouth.
Fuck Alex, that's classic.
That's all I can think of now.
What about you, John? Who would you recast for some of the original?
It's so hard.
You just don't do that.
I don't
they're gonna.
necessarily like her, but that Millie Bobby Brown would be a good Princess Leia.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just on looks.
Kevin Hart.
Like, the rumors that I had always heard was, like, in the mid 90s, they thought we can get these guys back to do a Thrawn trilogy.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That was always the rumor that was talked about before the prequels came out, was like, if we wanted to do it, we could do it, like, right now.
We could do
They're in their 40-ish, like right around 40.
Oh my god.
They can still pull off being in their, like, early 30s. but it never kind of came together.
They wanted to do the Heir of the Empire trilogy.
Yeah,
It makes you think. I've always heard that Lucas had 3 films written up when he sold to Disney. I wonder if that was, one of the films that he had written up, or was Thrawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
With Timothy Zahn would be awesome.
Has it ever been leaked or anything? Any details about any of those movies?
They probably burned that shit. It's all gone.
I assume so.
If there is anything still around about it, it's sealed in the Disney vault. We're never gonna.
It might be at Skywalker Ranch, guys. Let's go.
We need Nicolas Cage.
We know Nick Cage.
Master Code Breaker.
I could see something if like Lucas eventually dies, and then they're like, this was his like idea, and we can kind of give it a boost that way. But then you're recasting everybody, and then I think it gets every year it gets harder and harder to try to pull it off, and then at this point I think you can't anymore.
By that time, it'll be all AI anyways. It'll just be AI.
Yeah.
It'll just, you don't even
I don't know. I would still go for an Heir to the Empire trilogy movie. Just, I know it's because I'm balls deep in the trilogy right now,
Yeah.
but this has to be hands down the best Star Wars I've read.
I'm almost done
ever.
with the second book, and I almost don't think they could make 3 movies out of it. I don't
Not
think
even
enough
3 movies.
I don't think enough happens to make 3 movies out of the Heir to the Empire.
So if you wanted to do something, you could do a mini series,
Sure.
8 episodes.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But
Do
do you agree with
something
that? Do you feel like they can make 3 long 2-hour movies out
I'm
of
not,
it?
I'm not saying 3 full-length
you-
movies.
You can't because of how much part of that book takes place with Luke and Mira in jungle.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
almost all the first book, I feel like.
Yeah, like you can't pull that off in a movie well
Right.
at all. But you could do it in like a mini series where they're 45, 40-minute episodes, 8 episodes. Do it that way.
Sure.
I agree.
And you can also, with that, you can add a little bit to the Thrawn and Empire side of it, which is a little bit lighter.
And they're starting to get into Mount Tannis and stuff. Like, book 3 now is going to focus on Mount Tannis.
And you also do a thing with Sabayoth.
Yeah.
You do like 1 episode's pretty much from his perspective, what's going on in that crazy guy's mind.
The crazy clone.
Yeah.
And then Luke with 2 U's
Yeah.
getting cloned off of his hand. That's fucking hilarious to me. Because didn't they go in the last season of Bad Batch? They were at Mount Tannis, right?
Yes.
Last episode, or one of the last episodes.
I'm excited. I can't wait to. Hopefully, they'll have it in Ahsoka.
All this legend shit. You go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the episode, or at the beginning of the pod. Visions, but make it canon.
Yep.
There's so much fucking material right there.
They don't want to pay anybody. Disney
Well,
wants
to
to
be-
pay their own writers.
to be
Why should
fair,
nobody has
Hunter,
writers
I
right now?
actually thought that as well. When
they're already paying Timothy Zahn, so why
Hey,
not just do it?
Are they? Are though? I
They
haven't
got
seen
to, because they have to, because it's his original character. It wasn't Lucas's. He created him, and Mara Jade. We haven't
Disney.
seen her yet.
Disney probably showed up and said,
Yeah.
"You
Mara
shut the
Jade
fuck
is
mouth."
not canon yet.
Well,
Lucas
that's-
bought it, and
what
then
I'm
they
saying.
bought it off Lucas.
But like he gets residuals.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Any-
residuals though.
Anytime they're used for anything, he gets some type of residuals that's written into his contract. If they're used in books or any type of media, he's getting residuals for it. And they're kind of giving him more books to write, which is kind of setting him up to get more residuals and more control.
It's true, because the last 2 Thrawn trilogies have been technically Disney.
Yeah, they're
Thrawn
not.
trilogies.
Yeah, because you got the Thrawn trilogy and then the Thrawn duology, which are like 7 ABY and like 21 ABY, and then
Yeah.
everything after. And
So
anything after that,
Thrawn is still alive then, like as far as reading continuity.
Yes.
like,
Okay.
all right, in the Legends,
Oh!
he's
Hell yeah.
in the Legends, he's not.
Oh.
Doesn't his species live a long ass time too?
Yeah, if they don't
Yes.
get killed.
Yeah, if they don't get killed, obviously. But
Guess you have to wait and see what happens at the end of the third book.
Because he's in
guess I'm never finding that out.
he's in the beginning of his life as far as like in the books. Like I know Thrawn is first, but he's one of the main characters in Outbound Flout, right?
Yes.
Like he's the
But-
young up and comer.
Yes, but that was like the Republic's expedition outside of their known galaxy,
And with the actual Sabaoth, not the clone
Yes.
Sabaoth.
and that's them being like, there's something out there. We think that there's something outside of our galaxy. Let's go explore, and it kind of gets weird.
Because yeah, this is before the Clone Wars, technically.
Yes,
Sounds like an Elon Musk fever dream.
but that book is from like 2000 and what, 2002, 2003.
One moment, sir. 06.
06. So 06, and the Heir of the Empire stuff's from like
91.
Yeah.
91, 92.
Yeah. So this is them going back in their own history and being like, let's tell the story of a young Thrawn.
Well, I am excited to read this one.
Like you won't know what Xenoma Sicut is, but I believe Rogue Planet is what I'm thinking of. Rogue Planet's a different thing that also has to do with the unknown regions and a weird planet that no one really understands. And the Chiss kind of have a little bit of involvement in that also.
Okay. So much reading to do.
Oh, so much.
Here, I was all excited just to get
The
my
4
3
books.
Thrawn books done by August, and now it's just like, oh, I got enough reading to keep me occupied until I'm about 48. So
Yeah, this falls
Oh,
in the Rise of the Empire, so it's like right before.
well, thanks for giving me enough homework. Actually, John, you're officially in charge of the book club now too. So
No
look
problem.
forward to that.
You are an official member of the Babbles Babble Book Club.
You are the book club. We
Yeah.
we listen to you now.
So like this is going back like 10, 15 years ago. There was a guy named Leland Chi. He was kind of the internet's version, like he was the Star Wars Online's lore keeper, and he had the greatest title. He was known as the Keeper of the Holocron. And it was just
Holocron.
Yeah, it was like this guy's supposed to be like the definitive he's supposed to know everything about anything Star Wars expanded universe.
Anything and everything.
Yeah, anything and everything. He's just like supposed to be the authority.
I'm not laughing at you, John. Sorry, I'm laughing at Alex.
Alex already photoshopped a picture of
Han Solo and Chris Tucker. I'll send it to you, John. They say you can't hear a picture. I can hear that picture.
God damn it.
Now, if you can Photoshop The Rock as C-3PO, that would be good.
You're good. You're good, Alex.
Alex, I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
We should get T-shirts with that made.
No,
Buckethead Babble, and then that
not even
picture.
gonna say that, just that on it.
Just a black
Nothing
t-shirt.
No,
I
we should
want
make Buckethead Babble shirts with that. Come on, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want one. If you do it,
So just so you know, you got a lot of you guys are reading Heir to the Empire type stuff right now, right?
Yes.
So you
Not
can
Ty.
right
Shut up, Remy.
after you guys are done with that, you guys have kind of 2 choices to go.
Okay.
You can go right before that to the X-Wing series, which
How many
is
books are in that?
9.
Holy
God, I think there's isn't there 10 now? Like they just wrote one
Christ.
a couple of years ago.
Asard's Revenge or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
So that is, it goes back and kind of talks about how the rebels liberate Coruscant from the Imperials.
Okay.
And Audible has amazing audiobooks for it. That I'm listening to them again. They're so good. And that, or you go straight from Heir to the Empire to the Jedi Academy trilogy, where Luke is setting up his new academy on
Now,
Yavin
is
4.
that the one that's 25 books?
No, that's 3 books.
Oh.
25 books is way later. You have to read about 20 books to get to the thing that's 25 books long.
Yeah, Scully. What the hell?
So after Last Command, you got the Jedi Search trilogy, I, Jedi, Children of the Jedi, Dark Saber, Planet of Twilight, Crystal Star, Before the Storm, Shield of Lies, Tyrant's Test, The New Rebellion, Ambush of Corellia, Assault on Selenia, Showdown at Centerpoint.
Are you
Spectre
just
of-
pulling these out?
No, I'm reading them off the
Okay.
list.
Okay,
I'm
because I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
the- I'm not that good.
motherfucker, he's good.
I'm not that good.
Like,
Then you
he's
got-
got it, guys.
Spectre of the Past, Vision of the Future, Scourge, and then you get to the Yuuzhan Vong War and the New Jedi Order Republic era. And then that's about 25 books that take place in a 5-year period.
The fuck.
It's a lot.
All right.
Get to work. I'll talk to you guys in a month. I expect you guys to be at the New Republic.
Oh my
area.
god, it's like Mac giving his students homework over the summer.
I'm
Fuck
talking about,
this
like-
guy.
I'm talking about what? It's one book a week.
I'm planning a wedding currently. Matt's about to have a kid.
Well, he has a lot of time. He's going to be waking up. Audible
That is
books,
true.
Audiobooks. You're going to be up at so many random times. You have so much time to kill.
I hate how much an audiobook is compared to a Legends book.
Yeah.
We need to get the price of audiobooks down.
Yeah,
Like-
audiobooks are like 11 to like
20.
15.
Dude,
Over
that Soka
20
one
bucks.
was like
Sometimes
25
they hit like
bucks.
25.
Yeah.
They get rough. Audible has that thing where you get a free credit every month with your Amazon Prime, but
My
It's
fiance uses that. She had 6 credits when I started using Audible. She's got
Yeah.
0 credits now. I bought so many goddamn Star Wars books.
Maybe I should ask.
She
Maybe I
tells
should
me,
ask Hunter about that.
she goes, okay, well, it's about $15 a credit. You owe me 6 books at $15 or less at Barnes & Noble. I go, okay. I'm a Barnes & Noble member. Let's rack up those rewards.
like I want to say I have about 70 audiobooks.
She has a lot, but I've bought
Yeah.
6 Star Wars books since I've started, and it's only
So
been like a month and a half.
I have 75 titles, and probably half of them are Star Wars stuff.
Jesus. She has 79 titles and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, only 5 Star Wars. So I've only spent 5 credits. We're good, guys. Calm down. Calm down. I don't have a problem.
No, not
Uh,
yet.
Have you guys all read Death Troopers?
Yes. That was the first
That
book
is,
I
that
read.
is what started this whole Legends craze.
The audiobook for it
Yeah.
Yes.
is
Good. That's how I
frightening.
got it.
That's what Scully said.
All the noises in the background.
Oh,
That's
God.
what got me into it. Like I was like, okay, I'll read the book. It'll take me like a month because I'll read it. And Scully goes, dude, I
Listen to
jumped. It jump scared me.
Matt, that'd probably be an audiobook you'd actually enjoy for all the horror stuff you like.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, that's the only way I think I would probably
You
get
get
through
jump
any of
scared
these.
from a book.
I can't
Oh.
wait to read Red Harvest because I got that one ready.
Yeah,
So
I
Red
didn't
Harvest
know there
is-
was a prequel to that.
Yeah, that's
Me
what I thought.
neither. I read
this
the back of it. I was like, I think this is a prequel.
Red Harvest is like Revan era.
It's 3,650 years before A New Hope.
Hell yeah.
Yep. It's Revan era prequel to that.
All right. Thrawn trilogy, it's canceled. We're going Red Harvest now.
Like even in the prequel era of books, you get some really, like, one of my favorites is Jedi Rendezvous, which is Yoda and Dooku's kind of weird history, and it's pretty much those two perspectives. And
There's
like
some sexual tension between them, wasn't there?
no, it's very. You think you're even close to me. Yoda is like, you think you're close to me, and I'm gonna kind of show you that it's not even.
Keep your
Not even.
friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah.
All right.
And you get young Dooku, and like he flashes back to all these like little lessons from Yoda. It's so good.
And what book is that one called?
Jedi Rendezvous, I believe.
Jedi Rendezvous.
It's going to be around like 21-ish.
21 years
Yeah, before.
I have Yoda Dark Rendezvous.
Dark Rendezvous, that's what it is. Dark Rendezvous. Yoda Dark Rendezvous. That's what it
Okay.
is. 19 people.
I've seen that at Barnes and Noble.
Yep.
God damn it! You guys are gonna make me go to Barnes and Noble again.
See, I got lucky.
You're doing it to
Borders-
yourself now.
I had a Borders closed down right in my mall.
See-
When I started going crazy on buying books, they were like $2-3 a piece.
I had one shutting down right when I was in high school,
Yep.
and I bought the only Star Wars related books I bought was the Han Solo trilogy, and they were like $4 a piece.
Yep.
So I saved like $3 or $4 a book. I thought, why not? And I've read them. I like them. They were cool, but I've read them back in high school. Like, I need to reread them.
So right before Dark Rendezvous, you also got MedStar 1 and 2, which is like ER Star Wars.
Hell yeah!
Like the show ER?
Yeah.
Oh
It's-
my god.
It's like, all right, well, there's a war going on, so who's patching up all these soldiers?
Right.
And it's on a planet, and Barriss Ufi's on the planet, and
Okay.
she's the Jedi healer that's there, and there's surgical teams, and these guys are trying to save these clone troopers because they're not disposable parts. So we have replacement parts for these guys all over. They have a cooler full of livers that they can give these guys, and lungs and hearts, and it's a battle on a planet, and there's a medical unit, medical hospital, pretty much. It's very weird. It's great, but it's very like, oh, this
Right.
is just someone had a random idea of like ER in space, and they're
That
doing
seems like so weird because like the whole idea of clones was they were dispensable. Obviously not to Plo Koon.
R.I.P.
He ain't dead.
He's pretty dead.
You shut your mouth.
Oh,
John
man.
is Plo dead.
it. Probably.
Alright.
If John says it, it means it's long.
probably.
He didn't say yes. He said probably.
Who do you think? I know John didn't watch the trailer, but who do you think the dark Jedi person is, or like the Inquisitor is that Ahsoka's fighting in the trailer?
Mara Jade.
I wish. It does seem like
I
it's a
don't-
female.
It's. I don't think it's anyone we've seen.
It could be the Brie Orpha or whatever.
It's Reva.
She's
Reva.
technically, they never showed her die. She could have easily became an Inquisitor because she didn't die, did she?
No.
I think that they're going to go with something new.
Fuck.
I just that's the feeling I have, is like they're already bringing in a legacy character pretty much with
That's true.
Ahsoka. So to bring in another legacy character to be her villain, it's too much, I think.
Touche. Mara would be cool though.
Well, that's legacy character like
Times 10.
gold right there.
Yeah. I would like to see her and Luke Granted, I know it's just beating a dead fucking horse. So like, let the original characters just fuck off. You know, we don't need them anymore because we do have a lot of stories. But I don't know, man. That'd be cool to see a little like love interest sort of thing happen for Luke. But
I'm almost willing to say, all right, let's not do Mara. Let's not do, but let's give someone the title Emperor's Hand.
okay,
Like, bring that back at least. Because I feel like, again, us fanboys will explode over a title like that.
Right.
Because we're going to get
Wrong.
mad if they bring back Mara and it's not Mara the way we want her. And then we're all upset. So you bring back the title, you get the pop. We all talk about it on Instagram and everywhere. And it sucks in the more casual fans because now they start researching it. And
That's true.
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I bet that same type of scenario happened after Zeb showed up in Mando.
Exactly. It's like,
Everybody
this
was
random
talking about
Duros. Who is this guy? And then everybody's just posting everything about him, and it sucks people into go watch Clone Wars.
that really makes me sad though that Rangers of the New Republic isn't happening because he was supposed to be like one of the main characters in that series.
Yeah, he was supposed to be by
That'll be
whatever her
the
name
next
is.
season of Mandalorian. That's
Cara Dune.
Yeah, Cara Dune.
Oh, that definitely seems like they're making it all the same show now. Like
Yeah, they're
The
just
idea
fusing it
is-
into there.
they're fusing it in now because they confirmed that Cara Dune died in the taking of Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
So at least they tied up that loophole that she's dead.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy killed her.
Damn.
And she killed herself by saying stuff.
Damn.
What'd she say again, Remy? Can you tell us? I forgot.
This isn't a political channel, Remy.
On
Knock it off.
No.
We have
I remember
so
what
much
you said.
intergalactic politics to deal with in the.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We don't need real life politics in this shit.
I'm not saying I agree with what you said. Jesus, calm down. I just think it's funny that that's what happened.
All right. We've been at it for about
Almost.
an hour and 42
40
minutes. It's probably the
minutes,
longest episode on the channel.
Yeah, for sure.
John,
John.
you are always welcome to come on, man. And like I
Yeah,
said,
dude.
you're in charge of the book club from now on. So
You were a keeper.
once we get done with Heir of the Empire, we'll be probably ask you which route we're gonna go again. I know the one was like 9 books and the other one was 3. So
Yeah,
realistically, I know which route I'm probably gonna go, but
Ty's going to be about 14 books behind soon.
here's the thing: the 9
Always
books,
gonna be behind, man.
you're getting 9 quality books.
all right. No
You can-
complaints from me.
You
The
can
3
buy them
books?
all on Amazon right now for
The 3 books, you're getting 3 quality books. The next book after that, I Jedi, one of my personal favorites. After that, it starts getting into Rough Town. So, like, do you want to read 9 quality books, or do you want to read 3 quality books, 1 great book, and then a lot of up and down nonsense?
Or-
sequels.
Or
I've been training for this.
we literally just put all the titles on a board, we throw a dart, and we read that book completely
no.
out of order, just to upset
You're
John.
an animal.
completely.
That I won't allow. Sorry.
John's when me and him were talking about this a couple weeks ago, he goes, "Dude, you need to read them in order. Dude, read them in order." Like, he wouldn't
So-
stop saying it. I was like, "No."
Like, you can pick starting at A New Hope and going forward. You can start Darth Bane going forward. You can do Clone Wars stuff, but do not start jumping around. Do not jump into the middle of a 9-book series
do
where you're reading.
Dawn of the Jedi, and now I'm doing Crucible.
Just
You'll
the
be-
first and last. No. Read Crucible first.
Oh, I'll do
then,
Crucible, then I'll do Dawn of the Jedi.
Then go back and be Dawn of the Jedi. Time is an illusion.
And then when you're reading
Concept.
Dawn of the Jedi, you've been like, this shit kind of makes sense now.
It's like 4,000. It's like 4 to 5,000 year difference, but hey, somehow they connect.
Somehow
Palpatine has returned again.
Which, okay, hey, Rise of Skywalker. He came back in Dark Empire. He came back. We had a clone emperor. It attached a little bit.
Kinda.
Rise of Skywalker wasn't the worst of all three of them.
No,
The
It
Last
was-
Jedi was the worst.
it was the worst. It had some amazing scenes that
Was Last Jedi the fight scene
it was
in the
fight
room,
scene.
the red,
Yeah.
when Snoke died? That was the best fight scene out of the entire trilogy.
It had great fight scenes. I loved the weird thing where they're talking to each other in different parts of the galaxy and stuff. Like those little moments.
Yeah.
Great. That's character development right there.
What
There
about
was
Leia
other
flying through
issues
space?
in stories.
Dallas goes, "Fuck you guys, I'm done. I'm gonna build
I
Legos."
see him muted his mic.
And I saw him bite the pack open.
No, I've been wanting to put these little minifigs together for a minute. I just want to do this
All
before
right,
I'm out of
okay.
my office.
All right. Well, John. Thank
Yeah,
you
dude.
Again.
Thank you.
Appreciate
That
it.
was,
Always.
interesting for sure.
You too for
Thank-
coming on.
Beautiful Matt. Love you.
Thank
Thank
Everyone commenting, thanks a lot.
Yeah, this has been our biggest show, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely our longest.
It's been definitely our most busy with us
With the
content
chat,
wise.
yeah.
And chat, yeah.
Love it. And congratulations to Champ on the giveaway.
Yep. Good job, Chris.
Hell
Remy's
yeah.
mad. He wants a reroll.
Ain't
Yeah.
happening, dog.
Yeah, re-roll that.
Oh yeah, Matt, I forgot you were in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
John.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next time. Okay, bye.